A new look at the AEW Fight Forever video game has emerged after images leak online. All this and more in this big AEW news story. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of AEW, and this is a fascinating story because we get yet another closer look at the AEW Fight Forever video game. That feels like ages ago, doesn't it? Years ago that it was first announced that a video game was in development from All Elite Wrestling. We first then heard, or it feels like again, prior to the pandemic, we heard, or saw rather, some images on YouTube, some stills that they released of people like Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, I think Jungle Boy at the time, as to what this video game is going to look like. Of course, it was then reported that the expectation is that this video game is going to be released later this year, possibly with a September date, possibly a little bit later now considering we're in August. But we've got another look at what this game, the Fight Forever video game, is going to look like. You can see right there, that is the cover that has been leaked or has been posted on several websites, and these websites are where you would purchase the game. So let's get into this and let's get into the other images that have been released regarding this game. So more details and more information appears to have leaked when it comes to AEW's first video game, AEW Fight Forever. A pre-order page on the Amazon UK website, which has now been removed, it must be said, briefly provided some interesting details as to what fans can expect from the game. Now, a big focus appears to be the online co-op mode, and this description kind of gives an insight into this. Now, hat tip to Fightful, they're the ones who found this description. It says, quote, developed by Ukes Co. Limited, creators of numerous multi-million unit selling wrestling games, AEW Fight Forever combines that nostalgic arcade wrestler feel with innovative all-elite wrestling finishes and tandem offensive maneuvers. All Elite Wrestling is currently taking TNT and TBS networks by storm every week with their Rampage and Dynamite shows, featuring some of the biggest legends to enter the ring, plus a stable of brand new high-flying AEW talent. AEW Fight Forever brings the best of the best from that talent roster together in one game. Online co-op wrestling is going completely next level in Fight Forever with tag team matches that feature sequences of team maneuvers performed with simple commands. A deep career mode, wrestler customization, easy for me to say, signature AEW arenas, multiple match types, and more types than you can count, including some good old-fashioned unsanctioned fun, all await. The page also featured some match types that have become AEW signature bouts that include the following, quote, single, tag team, three-way, four-way, ladder, casino, battle royale, falls count anywhere, unsanctioned lights out, exploding barbed wire death, and online co-op multiplayer matches are just some of the matches that have been confirmed for the game. Now, none of the details have been confirmed by AEW itself, it must be said. This comes from all this Amazon UK online page. The developer of the game, Ukes Co. Limited, has had their hands in classic wrestling game titles, such as some of my favorites from my childhood, including WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, WWE 2K14, and several others. Also involved on the project is Hideki Gaeta Iwashita, who is the creative director of the beloved older titles such as WCW/NWO Revenge, and of course the classic, arguably the greatest wrestling game of all time, that being WWF No Mercy. Kenny Omega, one of the AEW executive vice presidents who has been very hands-on with the development of the game, said he wanted a classic feel to Fight Forever in a 2020 interview with comicbook.com. Quote, I want to recapture the sort of fun factor that we used to have back in the day, whether it be WWF WrestleFest, WWF No Mercy, WWF WrestleMania 2000, Virtual Pro Wrestling 1 and 2, he said. I want a very simplified system that allows for pickup and playability. However, I want the moves and the structure of the game to be so crisp and the potential for it to be so deep to the point where you can have a match that actually resembles something of a pro wrestling match where the moves look the way they should, the characters move the way they should. Now, the tentative release date for Fight Forever was rumored to be sometime in September, but there's currently no official word as to when the game will actually be released. The grapevine has been relatively quiet on the subject as of late, with the exception of Omega confirming that former AEW Executive Vice President Cody Rhodes and now WWE superstar Cody Rhodes will be in the game. So that is the latest for when it comes to the game. Again, we've got no actual release date. I think September now seems a bit too close unless we get, an announcement tonight, possibly, who knows, on Dynamite that the game is coming out. I thought September made sense considering it could possibly be coming out around All Out week or maybe the week before. That's how you really build up some buzz. When do you release a game when everyone's talking about AEW? So, I don't know. I don't... This game has been in development for a while, and it kind of feels like they've got to the point where I don't think this game is going to be perfect. That's what I was going to say. I think the expectation was that this was going to be an all-time classic wrestling game because Kenny Omega was involved because of the huge investment that AEW president Tony Khan put into it. The only reason that AEW has lost money, actually, since they were created, the reason they're in the red financially, not by a lot, but the reason why they're in the red financially was because of this big investment in this game. And as time went on, I think the expectation was, look, we can't be working on it forever. I know we want it to be perfect, but we've got to get it out eventually. And there were some, not damning reports, but some maybe eye-opening reports as to really what was going on with this game, and certain developers dragging their feet and Kenny Omega getting frustrated and people feeling like Kenny Omega was being somewhat gullible in terms of the development of the game as well. So is it going to be perfect? I don't know. Is it going to be better than the recent WWE games? I can't give an honest opinion on that because I haven't played them. My hope is that I will play the AEW game when it comes out, but I also have to get a console first because I'm really not a gamer. But we do have a couple of images that I did want to talk over as to what this game is going to look like. So let's have a look. So as you can see right there, that's the proposed cover for it, which I think might change. A lot of these times, the actual cover gets released and they're placeholders. You can see an image there of some of the female wrestlers. I think that's Abaddon. There might be Serena Deeb in there. I think that's Thunder Rosa as well, getting hit with a fire extinguisher. There's Jon Moxley. Hitting Kenny Omega with his finish as well, Paradigm Shift, which looks, to be fair, pretty good. Kenny Omega there hitting his classic or signature V-trigger knee onto Chris Jericho. And again, it looks okay, yeah. And there's Kenny Omega pinning what appears to be, again, Jon Moxley. And again, those graphics to me look okay. I've seen some people saying, well, I didn't know much about the graphics. Are the graphics, do they look that good? And again, this might be me looking at things through rose-tinted glasses, but I swear, when I was younger, the graphics are better than they are today. In some games, I recall, if you want to find a real strong wrestling game for great graphics, go and find the Midway Arcade TNA Impact game from 2008. That, for me, has the best pro wrestling graphics out there. You will not be able to find better pro wrestling graphics than TNA Impact in 2008. It is unbelievable, and it's a good game as well. It is a really good game. But the graphics in this, I mean, they look okay, I guess, standard for a wrestling game. Again, I don't really know. And until we get proper trailer footage, until we get proper closer footage, we're not really going to truly know. I saw some people complaining about who's on the cover, saying CM Punk shouldn't be front and center. Look, CM Punk's one of the biggest stars, if not the biggest star that AEW has under contract. So, and ultimately, they still want this to sell. I'm sure if Cody Rhodes was still with the company, Cody Rhodes would have been on the cover, but he's not. Again, and I'm not sure, looking at that cover, that is going to be the final cover for the game. If it was, I would have some concerns about that because as someone that's worked in graphic design, and again, I'm no expert, but I've worked in the industry, there's a lot of empty space involved there, and it feels very sort of cut and paste. Let's just have a background, let's just put the renders over the top. I would think they might have a little bit more to it than that, but we'll have to wait and see. But those are the images of the game, so let me know your thoughts about those images. Let me know your thoughts about the game modes, about the career mode, about the match types, all that good stuff in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe to Wrestle News 365, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.